Good morning! Live and in color from the city of Lakeville, the fastest growing city in Dakota County and the cul-de-sac capital of the world, it's the Lakeville game. And here's the host of our show, City Administrator Justin Miller.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Man, do we have a great show today. And look at the dignitaries in the audience today. From the City Council, we have Luke Hellier, Michelle Volk, and Joshua Lee. You know what? When I say your names, why don't you stand up so we can give you a round of applause. From the state of Minnesota, we have Representative John Kosnick and Senator Matt Little. Awesome. From ISD 194, Lakeville Area Public Schools, I think we have almost the whole board here. Judy Kelleher, Terry Lind, Bob Erickson, Zach Duckworth, and Kathy Lewis. Would you all please rise? Our mayor to the city to the south from Elko New Market, Mayor Joe Julius. Thank you, Joe. And the vice chair of the Eureka Township Board, Tim Murphy. Mr. Murphy, thank you. Representative Angie Craig's office is being represented today by Nate Fowler. Nate, thank you. And then lastly, our Metropolitan Council Representative, Wendy Wolf. Thank you, Wendy. All right, this morning, you're going to be introduced to 3 eligible Civic Matches who look forward to partnering with the City of Lakeville and Mayor Doug Anderson in 2019. Should we meet them? All right, and here they are. Civic Match number 1 is currently serving as County Commissioner for District 6 in Dakota County and previously served as Minnesota State Representative and Lakeville City Council member. Her favorite things to do in Lakeville are attend Panaprog events and go bird watching. Please meet Mary Liz Holberg. At one time, Civic Match number 2 served in the Army and has worked his way through the public school ranks to become Lakeville Area Schools District Superintendent. He likes to search for lost golf balls at Crystal Lake Golf Course while playing endless rounds of golf. Please welcome Michael Bauman. And now, Civic Match number 3 is president of the Lakeville Area Chamber of Commerce and previously worked in marketing, both in newspaper and television. She is looking forward to the week of festivities planned around the VFW Memorial Wall exhibit. We'd like you to meet Krista Jack. And that rounds out our trio of those who are ready to play the Lakeville game. Now, to prevent the mayor from hearing contestant introductions, we've kept him isolated in a soundproof booth in our cable department. Let's bring him on stage now. Nice suit. Thanks.
That is stunning.
Evidently, I was the only one that got the memo. So, all right, let's see. Mayor Anderson has lived in Lakeville for 35 years and has served the city since 2010, first as a city council member and as mayor since 2014. Mayor Anderson is a biking enthusiast and enjoys exploring Lakeville's parks and trails in warm weather. Let's give a warm welcome to Mayor Doug Anderson. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning.
All right, we have 3 Civic Matches on the other side of this table here who are eager to partner with the City of Lakeville in 2019. Are you ready to hear what they have to say?
I am absolutely ready.
All right.
Very excited.
Great. Then you can start your questions.
Okay. Great. Well, we'll start with an easy question for our Civic Matches. It's our first question. What's your favorite food? And this is a little bit of a different format for the dating game. Every Civic Match will answer every question, but we'll move around who we're going to start with. And we're going to start with Civic Match number 3.
Doug, I like anything that's healthy.
Definitely burritos.
Doug,
it's got to be burgers.
Right. Great answers. So this is great news because Lakeville's got all of those. We've got over 35 new businesses that opened. They're all up on this slide that have opened in the last year. A number of them have been restaurants. Of course, one of our senator's favorites is Chipotle. It opened on Kenwood Trail near I-35. Power Plate Meals just opened in the last month up by the liquor store off the interstate. B52 Burgers and Brew just opened last week. And my favorite, ice cream, is that Dunkin' Donuts out by the liquor store is going to open up soon in the remaining tenant space. It'll have Dunkin' Donuts as well as it'll be co-branded with Baskin-Robbins ice cream. Thank you. I think that's pretty cool. Like ice cream goes with bicycling. So question number 2 to our Civic Matches. What's your ideal home style? And we'll start this time with Civic Match number 2.
Well, Doug, could you ask Leisure Suit Larry there to take the battery out of that suit? 'Cause it's blinding me. I got to tell you, I'm all about the townhouse life.
Well, Doug, I live in an apartment and I love the amenities.
Really?
No.
It's too hard to follow these two. Doug, my family and I, we love our single-family home, and we live in a great neighborhood here in Lakeville.
That's awesome. These are all great answers because we're fortunate to have all of these options in the city of Lakeville. Last year, we issued 529 residential home permits, including 446 single-family permits, as well as 81 townhome permits and 75 units of multifamily housing. This compares to 534 residential permits last year, of which 474 in 2016. We continue to be the fastest growing city in terms of residential permits in the state. I think we're into 4, 5, 6 years being the fastest growing city. Thank you for your answers. And question number 3. Civic Matches, are you ready? What industry do you think has added the most jobs in the last 5 years? This time we'll start with Civic Match number 1.
Well, with all the development going on around town, is it construction?
Doug, I think with so many new restaurants opening up, it's got to be food service.
Guys, I think it's financial. We've got a lot of our banks that have been expanding, and I think there's a new ag lending company coming on 35.
Well, all of those statements are true, but construction is number 4. So number 1 in our city in terms of jobs added is retail, then healthcare, and then food services.
All right, Mayor, I hate to break up the fun,
Okay.
but we do need to have a word from our sponsors, so we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Join your fellow Lakeville residents and participate in this year's Watershed Cleanup Day on Saturday, April 27th from 9 to 11 a.m. Be a part of the tradition and work areas throughout the city by cleaning debris from area roadways, parks, trails, and waterways. Join the hundreds who enjoy this great community event every year. You can register to help out by calling 952-985-4500 or online at lakevillemn.gov. And after you've helped to clean up the community, join us for our Earth Day celebration at the city's Central Maintenance Facility from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't miss out on fun educational stations, meet native animals, and watch a fun and interactive environmental puppet show. That's the City of Lakeville's Watershed Cleanup and Earth Day celebration on Saturday, April 27th. For more information, check us out online at lakevillemn.gov.
And we're back. Mayor Anderson, the floor is yours.
I hope all you Civic Matches will take part in one of those 2 events, if not both. Okay, if you could, here's your next question, Civic Matches. If you could see any type of business locate in Lakeville, what would it be? And we'll start this time with Civic Match number 2.
Gracias, señor. Well, I have relatives that come visiting all the time, so it would be great to get them out of my hair. And so I think another hotel in the area would be really good. Muy bien.
Well, Doug, my parents would love to move into an independent senior apartment complex to have more time and less yard work.
You know what, Doug? I am always on the go. So anytime I can fill up my car and grab a meal for my family while I'm on the go is a great fit for me.
Awesome answers. Well, as we know, Lakeville's seeing a wide variety of development, including multifamily housing, grocery, convenience stores, and office buildings. So just to name a few, we have a senior independent living development going up by Lakeville North High School. We've got a memory care facility going in near US Bank, right down the road here on 202nd Street. We have market rate apartments going in out at Edison, at Edison at Avonlea and Lakeside Flats, which both are over 50% leased. Other projects, just to name a few more, Hampton Inn and Suites, Aldi, and Compeer Financial, all out at the County Road 70 intersection. Hy-Vee Fast and Free Fresh Convenience Store will be up on Cedar and Dodd, as well as 2 new medical office buildings are slated to go in there. And then lastly, there's another new medical office building that Park Nicollet will be putting up near the roundabout on 185th Street and Highway 50. Lots going on in our community. So Civic Matches, here we go with another question. If a local business was going to provide $1 million annually to purchase whatever you needed, what would it be? Civic Match uno.
A fire station.
Well, Doug, with the impending weather, I'm going to say road grader and other heavy equipment.
We don't need another road grader.
All right, how about a dome? Civic Match number 2.
moving.
Do I need to be
right
here?
along to our more professional.
Thank you. I mean, let's take this into consideration. I would like to add some more park amenities, please, Doug.
Okay. So these are all great ideas, I think, and they can become a reality thanks to our Lakeville liquor stores and residents like all of you. Lakeville Liquors puts approximately $1 million back into the community each year for these types of resources and more, like the ice arena and land for the Dakota County Library. Okay, Civic Matches, another question, here it comes. What's your favorite recreational activity? Number Trace.
You guys okay if I go first? It's fine. All right. Doug, you know what? My family spends a ton of time at King Park in the summer between baseball and the playground. So.
Great answer.
Thank you.
Doug, my favorite is golf, but I'm supposed to say when the weather's nice, I like to hop on a bike with friends, mostly the mayor, and ride the Westlake Marion Mountain Bike Trail. Civic Match number 2.
That's an awesome idea. I like golf too.
And I always seem to be in downtown Lakeville to attend a play or concert at the Lakeville Area Arts Center.
That's another great answer. Arts Center's phenomenal, isn't it? Well, we're very lucky here in Lakeville to have wonderful parks and recreational facilities, aren't we? And we can use them year-round. The city has over 100 miles of trails that are heavily used throughout the year, even in the wintertime. And the Lakeville Area Arts Center is constantly buzzing with activity from plays, art classes, art shows, and more. And of course, King Park will be receiving an exciting new addition this year. And some of you in the room have been working on this. It's a golf course for people of all abilities. And the fundraising campaign for that is well on its way. I think we're at about $275,000 to reach the $355,000 goal. So we're very excited to have that addition of that 9-hole golf course at King Park. Okay, we got an easy question again for you guys. It's a true or false question. So there's only 2 answers to this question. True or false? Civic Match number 1.
Pressure's on.
Oh, You need the question. The city is updating its comprehensive plan. True or false?
True, and I heard they were adding a zone called corridor mixed use.
That was Civic Match number 1, and number 2 is up now, Doug. Again, true, because I don't think the truth changes. I attended the city council meeting where they voted to submit the updated plan to the Metropolitan Council. Again, Civic Match number 2.
I did. Thank you. Thank you.
I also agree that it's true, and actually last fall I attended a public meeting and gave feedback on my neighborhood as well.
That's awesome. You all got the answer correct, and thank you all for your participation in our process. The city's planning department did an awesome job of working on the leading and facilitating developing our new comprehensive plan, which we as a city council just approved in the last month for submission to the Metropolitan Council, which requires all cities to update their plan every 10 years. This recently submitted document identifies commercial areas that are designated and planned for different land uses, such as commercial, office park, and the newly proposed zone called corridor mixed use. One example of a popular commercial area in the city is the land near Hy-Vee grocery store out off of Pilot Knob Road. 12 businesses have located there since it opened in 2016. And a multifamily development, the Edison at Spirit, was approved last fall and should start construction this spring.
Great. Well, Mayor, we're getting close,
Okay.
but we do need to take another commercial break, so bear with me.
Hi, this is Lieutenant Jason Plinsky with Lakeville Police Department. I want to invite you to come down to the police department on April 27th from 10 o'clock to 2 p.m. to participate in the National Drug Take-Back Day. As you know, the opioid epidemic has hit Minnesota hard, and we continue to lose to many people who choose to abuse opioids. Take-back days to date have resulted in nearly 11 million pounds, more than 5,400 tons of prescription drugs being collected for disposal. So please come join us on April 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the National Drug Take-Back Day.
And we're back, Mayor. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Well, Civic Matches, we're coming into the home stretch here. This is going to be a tough choice. So here's the next question. If you could upgrade one section of road, just one section of road in the city, which one would it be? Civic Match number 3.
This one's easy. I would put a signal at County Road 50 and Cedar so that it is much easier to take a left onto Cedar.
Yeah.
Well, Civic Match number 3, that's a good answer, but I got a better one. Civic Match number 2, I'd add more lanes to County Road 70 so the industrial park trucks could easily bring shipments in and out.
Other good.
Yeah, that's a good one, right? Everybody agree? Applause.
Well, my answer is unique and unusual. I'd add an oval about at Flagstaff and Dodd to help with traffic flow.
Okay. An oval about. We'll let the engineering team work on that.
Just wait till you see it, Doug. It's going to be amazing.
But another land of amazement. Anyway, well, actually, in some way, shape, or form, you're all going to get your wish on this one. The city and Dakota County are partnering on several upcoming road projects, including adding a single-lane roundabout at the intersection of Dodd and Flagstaff in 2019. It will not be an oval about. County Road 50 construction, as you saw this morning as you came in, has begun between Holyoke and Cedar Avenue. It will become a divided 2-lane highway all the way out to Cedar with new trails and a multi-lane roundabout right out here in front of City Hall, which is planned to be opened by Panaprog. And as contestant Civic Match number 3 desired, a signalized intersection on Cedar Avenue, so it will help us all more safely take a left turn to go north on Cedar from County Road 50. Work is also beginning this year will be completed this year on Hamburg Avenue, which is a city project. And lastly, County Road 70 has been under planning, and this year some planning will continue. We'll be working on some entrances and exits to the highway, and then in 2020, the major highway construction will start on County Road 70, and I believe that's a 2-year project. And included in that is working with the Metropolitan Airports Commission to put in some new east-west accesses into Air Lake Industrial Park, which will be very helpful. Thank you for your answers, Civic Matches, on that question. Question number 9. When you think of public safety, which departments come to mind? And it's your turn, Civic Match number 2.
Without question, our great fire department.
I would say it's the streets department. I don't think we would have gotten through this winter if it wasn't for the great work of all of our plow drivers.
Fire department.
You're both wrong. It's the police department.
Well, those are all great choices. I would also add our ambulance service, ALF, into the mix as far as first responders, and all of our public safety groups as well as our public works departments support our residents' safety every single day, including over the next 2 days as we get more snow in terms of what they're saying. The streets crew so far this year, key operative words, cleared 67 inches of snow this winter to help us get around from home to work and everywhere in between. A couple other updates as far as public safety. The City Council supported the police department this year in the budget with some opportunities to acquire some new technology. The latest approval includes body cameras for our officers as well as new technology for the squad cars. And lastly, our fire department responded to 1,500 calls in 2018. The City Council this past year approved a more competitive pay structure for our firefighters to work to support recruiting new members to serve our community. Next up, the next question, Civic Matches. When you close your eyes, everyone close your eyes, and look into Lakeville's future, what do you see? Starting with Civic Match number 1.
Well, Doug, you can believe this or not. More economic development, especially around public transit areas.
Wow, really?
Doug, Civic Match number 2. When I close my eyes, I see more space at public facilities to better meet the needs of our city and adults.
Doug, and Doug, I would like to see some expanded services at Air Lake Airport.
Those are all great ideas. Once the Metropolitan Council approves the city's updated 2040 comprehensive plan, staff will work with Planning Commission, the Economic Development Commission, and the full City Council to update our zoning ordinances. We'll work through the recommended changes late this year and into 2020 to keep Lakeville's development future looking bright. Along with that, the Economic Development Commission will be working on updating the 2020 to 2022 Economic Development Strategic Plan. The updated plan will establish the city's economic development priorities for the next 3 years. In addition to that, construction on the 2,900 square foot library addition is underway for the Heritage Library as well as for the License Center. The additional space will allow for a new iLab and increase the size of the community meeting room. Other improvements include an enhanced children's area. And while the library is under construction, the License Bureau is here temporarily in City Hall for those that need that service. And in 2018, the city worked with the Metropolitan Airports Commission to annex 118 acres of land from Eureka Township to help meet the needs of this growing airport located in our industrial park. Air Lake Airport has 142 aircrafts currently based there and accommodated nearly 33,000 landings and takeoffs this last year. The MAX future plans will add will be to add new hangars in the southwest corner and expand the primary runway to 4,600 feet.
Okay, Mayor, the time has come. We're running up against the clock. The next show's starting. Have you decided, you've had all your answers questions, are you ready?
Not from number 2.
I'm going to give you a few seconds here to deliberate. Are you ready to select your Civic Match?
Well, this is tough. I guess I am ready.
Then please choose.
There it is. Sometimes you just got to wait for it.
I mentioned the next show is the Gong Show, so I think we're just waiting for that. So, but I do think now
Okay,
we do need your
ready.
answer.
I'm ready. I choose all 3 organizations. And I actually choose more than that. The City of Lakeville works with so many outstanding community partners, some of which are on this slide, including the public schools, Chamber of Commerce, on the Lakeville Works program, Dakota County on the Heritage Library and License Center expansion, as well as lots of road projects. But we also work with the Metropolitan Council on our comprehensive plan. We work with organizations like DARTS to provide the seniors loop service and help with minor chores and minor home repairs for seniors. The Metropolitan Airports Commission we work with on Air Lake Airport, and we work with the state of Minnesota on economic development projects. The most current is the QA1 manufacturing building that will be built out south of town on County Road 70. In addition, we take a lot of pride in working with our civic clubs as well as our faith communities. So I select all 3.
There you go. Let's give our Civic Matches a hand. In all seriousness, I do want to give special thanks to Mary Liz Holberg, Michael Bauman, and Krista Jack for being such good sports. Let's give them one more hand, everybody. Thank you. We do have some time for some questions, and I know the mayor has a few more remarks too, but first, are there any questions from anybody in the audience? So for those at home who are watching, the question was when the roundabout outside City Hall is going to be open, and as the mayor said, it is scheduled to be open by Panaprog. So, any other questions? All right, well, Mayor, if you have any closing comments.
There were several creative people on our city staff that had a major part in developing this new format. Katie is in the back, and Tierney, there she is. And we should also mention that Jim is back in the control room. He's running all the technology and had a major part in this, as well as Dave Olson and Justin gave good support and maybe had some creative ideas as well. So to all 5 of them, let's say thanks. And finally, let me just jump in quick with just a quick comment. You know, this is called the state of the city, and so I think it's important to answer that question from my perspective. And we have a great city. There's a lot of great things going on. Do we have some opportunities, or we may call them challenges? Absolutely. But when you think about the city of Lakeville, you know, low tax rate, what comes to mind? Low tax rate, annual road improvements, improving diversity of housing, great parks, and outstanding public safety. And I think when we really get down to the bottom line, we have a phenomenal place to live and work and to raise our kids. We've got phenomenal partners from the chamber to our school district, number 2. I did hear what he was saying. And Mary Liz Holberg, our county commissioner. And thank you so much for attending this morning. And I'll stick around if anybody has any other questions. The staff will be here as well. But thanks for playing the Lakeville game with us.